Good evening, Belize. Tonight, your money, your buses. After days of uncertainty and the threat of empty bus stops, taxpayers are stepping in to keep the wheels turning. But at what cost? In Orange Walk, heartbreak and shock as two families mourn loved ones killed in robberies that turned deadly, leaving a community demanding answers. At police headquarters on Raccoon Street, repairs were promised, but Home Affairs says the future of policing lies somewhere else. Is relocation finally on the horizon? Condom prices climb. Questions follow. Could higher costs threaten access and public health? And from Curacao Street to Brooklyn, Shyne Barrow returns to the spotlight, honored by New York City with the keys and a day in his name. These stories and more, News 5 starts now.
Bye, bro. Take a quick pic of you right here, bro.
Alright. Wait a second. Why? By the looks of it, I think my phone done.
Bye. Please tell me, I want to use that thing again, bro.
If I be serious and I be honest with you, I can't afford to spend big money on phone right now.
Bye, but who said anything about spending big money? Smarter than that agree. They got phone deals, plans, they have everything that agree right now.
No, man.
But yes, it happened right now. Plus, they even have raffle and raffle money, then they raffle TV, everything.
Well, I think we need to ride the agri right now.
But I agree, let's go right now.
Visit the Smart Booth any of the 3 days from May 1st to 3rd at Agric 2026. Get amazing deals on phones and plans and your chance to win a cell phone, 55-inch TV, and cash. Smart, bringing people together.
This newscast is brought to you by the Belize Bank Limited. Our country, your bank.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Wednesday, April 29th. I am Sabrina Daly. After days of uncertainty and the real threat of empty bus stops, a deal is finally on the table. Following 3 tense days of talks and hours of closed-door negotiations, government and the Belize Bus Association have struck an agreement that keeps buses rolling and softens the blow for everyday commuters. Starting Monday, May 4th, fares will increase, but only slightly, between 50 cents and $1, backed by a diesel subsidy paid for by taxpayers to help operators stay afloat. So, how did both sides move from deadlock to deal? What was traded? What was agreed, and who blinked first? We put those questions to Minister of Transport, Dr. Louis Abene, to explain what really happened behind the scenes.
We signed an agreement with the Belize Bus Association in which we outlined the points for which we had been working on over the last 3 days. In summary, these are that based on active road service permits, we were able to determine the amount of miles that the various operators are covering per day. That would lead us to the amount of fuel consumed per day and how much they would be getting based on the $3 per gallon subsidy. We also looked at the routes where we have stops between various municipalities all along the way with villages, and there were adjustments there. A lot of this work had already been done, so that helped. We, as agreed to with Prime Minister, there'd be an adjustment of 50 cents for short stops and up to $1 for those longer stops. So those were agreed to, and we signed off on that a little while ago.
Minister, can you tell us when these will go into effect?
Yes, the start date would be Monday, May 4th, and it would go for 3 months after that.
Buses will roll and commuters will pay a little more, but not all of it. With a deal now signed and new fares set to kick in this Monday, the Belize Bus Association says the agreement strikes a balance after days of protests, service disruptions, and high-pressure talks. BBA President Philip Jones calls it a win for riders, saying operators pushed to make sure commuters didn't shoulder the full cost of the increase. The compromise includes a temporary government diesel subsidy, giving bus operators breathing room to stabilize routes and improve service over the next 3 months, while they keep a close watch on volatile fuel prices. After a tense standoff, the question now is whether this deal delivers the relief both sides are promising.
It has been 3 days, and the 3 days was a tedious process whereby we have operators from across country to ensure, and the ultimate goal by the Department of Transport and Cabinet was to ensure that the fares was minimal to be increased to the commuters and the daily riders, in terms that they had provided the subsidy to offset any increase in fares beyond $1. So they are very pleased that their customer now can be a bit relief. Yes, it will be a small increase whereby it's up to a 50 cents or $1 increase, but won't exceed in the dollar. So they're very pleased that the commuters will not have to see or bear that high price fares or raise, whatever you want to call it. Now, so they're very pleased with the outcome, and we ask that we continue to work closely with the Department of Transport to level the playing field. And both sides was happy because the main objective in this process was to ensure that the price and the burden does not solely lie on the commuters.
Belize's bus system just got a financial lifeline, but it's coming at a cost to you. A new agreement between the government and bus operators is easing pressure on the industry. But it also means commuters are paying more at the fare box and through taxpayer-funded subsidies. So the big question tonight is simple. If Belizeans are paying more, what exactly are they getting in return? We took that question straight to the Minister of Transport and the President of the Belize Bus Association, pressing them for clear answers on service upgrades, reliability, and whether daily commuters will actually feel the difference.
The discussion did cover the fact that their road service permits have certain conditions that they need to meet. We did have some conversation about the strategy of the government on modernizing the highway sector, and that we'll be following up the middle of next month with discussions on the village sector. The government strategy has been to create a public-private partnership company. That company is called the National Bus Company, for which membership would have been voluntary. However, they decided not to be a part of that, and we assured them that the ministry would assist in whatever way possible based on their choice. So those things were discussed on the first day. Going forward, we expect all bus operators to abide by their road service permits, and that we need to do everything possible to improve the service to our commuters.
Speaking of the commuters, with all of this, the commuters and taxpayers are the ones who end up paying. Is the Bus Association making any commitment to improving service and quality as a result of this agreement?
Well, in terms of the workshop, that was the number one priority. Number one priority was service and the commuters, and hence the reason why we took 3 days to ensure and project what we can achieve within the 3-month scope. The subsidy is only for a 3-month period, which will start or be effective Monday the 4th. And this is a lifeline, like I said before. All operators on board to ensure that they provide high quality service and continue to improve.
The new rates are set to go into effect on Monday, May 4th, with shorter drops increasing by as much as 50 cents and long commutes increasing by $1. After the break, police call it a major breakthrough. The raid that rescued a Guatemalan teen held captive right here in Belize.
Look here, your kitchen light there and you never been in the kitchen.
But I'm going back in there right now.
And the coffee maker?
Just to try keep my coffee warm for later.
Where do you do now?
I'll try to think more to eat.
You know the more you open or close the fridge, it takes longer for the food cool. For a hot day like today, it burns more energy. You charge your phone right now?
No.
Plug it out then. You really only wash 2 Lee socks and 1 Lee shirt? You don't know what small load burn the same amount of electricity as large loads?
But this is my favorite shirt.
You have to be more energy efficient. Use large loads. This AC they blow hard. You know, if you keep the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius or higher, you burn less energy and you also keep the place cool. And for a nice day like today, turn off the AC, open up the house and make some fresh breeze come in.
You know what? I think I get it now. As consumers, we need to be more energy efficient and practice energy conservation.
The NEB and heads into week 10 this weekend. And we're kicking off early this weekend. On Thursday night at the Victor Galvez Stadium in Cayo, we'll host a mega showdown between the two top teams. The red hot Cayo Western Ballers goes up against the upstart Orange Walk Running Rebels at 9 p.m. Then on Saturday night, the Dangriga Dream Ballers try to stay alive in the hunt to make the playoffs. Heads north to the Andres Campos Stadium against the new Focus and tougher Corazal Spartans, 8 p.m. And in Belize City at the Belize Civic Center, the Belmopan Trojans will go up against the roughest and the toughest team in the league, the Belize City Defenders, at 9 p.m. The NEPL Girls, the National Sports Council, and Fui Bolido, $5,000 halftime shooting challenge, plus giveaways at all games. So this week 10, make it an NEBL weekend, sponsored by the government of Belize.
Haven't updated your information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
Get ready, Dangriga. Something big is coming your way. Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2026 is heading to the culture capital, Dangriga. Join us on June 12th at 6:30 a.m. at the iconic Alejo Beni Park for a morning filled with energy, excitement, and pure talent. This year, it's all about the kids, from singing to dancing, poetry to performances. If they've got talent, we've got the stage. Bring out the entire family and come celebrate creativity, culture, and the future stars of Belize. Expect fun, music, surprises, and unforgettable moments. Don't miss it. Open Your Eyes Summerfest 2026, where young talent shines the brightest.
Two families in Orange Walk are mourning tonight after robberies turned deadly, leaving a community shaken and searching for answers. In one case, a delivery truck driver was shot and killed while on the job. In another, an elderly man was brutally murdered inside his own home on a farm near Santa Martha Village. Both crimes unfolded within days of each other, and both ended with lives cut short in cold blood. As loved ones prepare to lay their family members to rest, fear and grief ripple across the district. News 5's Shane Williams has more on the violence that has rocked Orange Walk.
It's like a dark cloud over Orange Walk for this past couple of days, something that is unusual, something that never happens in Orange Walk.
That cloud grew darker on Tuesday afternoon when what should have been a routine delivery turned deadly on Chanpan Ridge Road for Zeta Water delivery men. 42-year-old Roberto Villafranco and his co-worker Felipe Vasquez were on duty delivering Zeta purified water when they responded to a call for a delivery in the area.
As to the information that we have through the storefront, yes, that's they were called out. They used a private number. At the initial time, the first time that they called, they didn't give any name. They didn't want to give any number, so we did not log the call. But this was a call direct on the phone that we give the salesperson to be carrying with them. So at that time, that phone was here charging during his lunch break. So that call wasn't logged, like I said. When he came back, he got his phone, and apparently, but I would assume that he got the call back again.
For delivery to?
For the delivery, yes.
Investigators believe the call may have been a setup. When the men arrived, a masked man holding an empty 5-gallon bottle flagged them down. Moments later, gunshots rang out.
I was the one that received the first call here at the store. Someone called explaining that one of our trucks was robbed. That was the words that they used, and that one of our workers didn't make it. The other one was receiving treatment at a nearby gas station for the gunshot wound that he received. So my initial thing was I just rushed over to the scene.
What was it like when you got there, in terms of, seeing everything?
Disbelief. That's about it. I really just stayed blank and lost for words.
One employee lived to tell the story. The other never made it out. As gunfire erupted, Vasquez was hit while trying to escape but survived. Villafranco was not as fortunate. He was shot inside the company truck and died at the scene, cut down while simply doing his job. Villafranco had spent 4 years with Zeta, building a routine around deliveries that ended in tragedy. Now the company is left grappling with a question that doesn't make sense to them. Why target delivery workers at all? Zeta officials say their drivers don't carry large sums of cash or valuable items, making the robbery both brutal and baffling.
Mr. Roberto Villafranco, he was here with us for 4 years. What I can say about Mr. Villafranco, he was a very dedicated person to his work. He countless times mentioned that he loved what he did. He saw himself here for quite some time, so he didn't plan to leave anytime soon. That's what he said, no? He's very humble, hardworking, dedicated.
Tell us about the nature of these deliveries. Do the individuals have a lot of cash on them, or is it something that makes them target?
It's not something that I would say that targetable, because these guys don't make much selling these 5 gallons. I mean, it's just we deliver at the cost of $3. The most that they are taking is 60 gallons. So the amount of cash that these guys have are very minimal.
This wasn't the only senseless robbery turned homicide to rock the district this week. A little over 24 hours earlier, police made a grisly discovery off Santa Marta Road. 70-year-old Francisco Perfecto Garcia was found dead a distance away from home with multiple chop wounds. For Mayor Shepherd, the killing is especially difficult to process.
Mr. Francisco Garcia, better known as, he has a nickname Sak Sak. I knew him because I used to work at BSI. He was a little older than me, and when I was there, I was a young guy working at BSI. And but I used to know him because my first job was in Panfleur, and my first boss was Mr. Johnson. So he was up there, and he was giving advice and telling me exactly what to do. So like I said, I'm very close to him. I know him from working at BSI for quite a while. Very humble and nice person, and willing to do and get the job done. So like I said, we had fun memories and great time with the gentleman, and especially with his entire family. And I just hope that we continue having that in our mind. Like I said, the deepest condolences to the entire family, and especially that over in Drock, I must tell people that we must rest assured that the police will look into it, and we are safe when we have the police looking over this situation.
As police press on with their investigations, families are left to pick up the pieces. We spoke with the Garcia family as they began planning a funeral no one was ready for. His son Aiden says the family had just celebrated his father's 70th birthday on April 18th, spending the day together by the river. Those moments now mean everything to them. His only regret is not taking a single photo to capture the memories. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
A high court murder trial took a sharp turn this afternoon this week after prosecutors played surveillance footage of the November 2023 killing. James Lyson Cacho, 25, immediately changed his plea from not guilty to guilty once the video was shown. Justice Candice Nanton accepted the guilty plea and set sentencing for Monday, June 15, 2026. Cacho admitted to murdering 23-year-old Jordan Waite in broad daylight on Barbara Harris Street. Prosecutors had just called 2 key witnesses, the scenes of crime technician and a police IT specialist, to present the video evidence. With the guilty plea entered, the Crown did not need to call its remaining witnesses. Cacho is represented by attorney Ian Gray. Police are calling it a major win, and Home Affairs CEO Elton Bennett says the operation worked because officers stuck to the plan. They waited for solid intelligence, avoided rushing in, and moved only when they were ready. The case centers on a 14-year-old Guatemalan girl who went missing in Petén, Guatemala in January 2026 and was found in Belize during Operation Safe Return. The Belize Police Department and the Belize Special Assignment Group, BSAG, carried out the early morning raid on April 21st at a farm behind San Roman Village in Stan Creek and rescued the child. Bennett praised BSAG's approach, describing it as deliberate and disciplined, with intelligence gathering and surveillance guiding the final push into the house where officers located the girl.
That was an outstanding operation. I think the information security was well handled. The intelligence came in and we did not act prematurely. It was a deliberate planning on the Belize Special Assignment Group. They did their intelligence surveillance. They planned based on the different course of actions that were available to them. They went into the house and they were able to rescue that child. That is remarkable work on the security forces part.
What about the fact that the person escaped but left behind, I think, a firearm? I'm not sure what else, ammunition.
Yeah, so he's still wanted and we're still looking for him. And we will do everything we can to recapture him. But the fact that we're able to free that victim is something that we're very happy with. We're very pleased with the performance of our forces in that regard.
Police say Jose Gilberto Duarte slipped away. Officers are still trying to track him down. Even as government moves to patch up the old Eastern Division Police Headquarters, Home Affairs CEO Elton Bennett says the long-term plan isn't to abandon Raccoon Street. It's to relocate to a more suitable facility that can keep up with the police department's growth. And when asked about rumors of selling property in Lake Caye to fund a 911 center and a future full police station, Bennett flatly said he knows of no Lake Caye property being sold, adding that the ministry is still hunting for funding because both a strong 911 service and headquarter upgrades remain urgent.
Well, I wouldn't use the word abandon. I would prefer to relocate. So the plan is to relocate from Raccoon Street in the long term, try to get a more suitable facility that can accommodate our constant growth of the police department.
We've also received reports that that you guys want to sell the property in Lake Caye for the purpose of raising funds for a 911 center on Lake Caye Boulevard. Can you comment on that?
I know of no property being sold in Lake Caye.
So the report is that the sale of the Caye Caulker police land was to pay for that 911 center and then develop it into a full police station on Lake Caye Boulevard.
I believe I've addressed the Caye Caulker situation.
Yeah, so then how do you fund that 911 center and the full-blown police station?
I think we're constantly looking for a source of funds. I know it's a very important capability within the police department, that 911 service. And again, the Raccoon Street is very pressing as well. So we're constantly looking for funds to be able to accomplish this.
Police officers' pay and promotions are drawing questions tonight, and whether officers are getting what they've earned. Earlier today, we asked Home Affairs CEO Elton Bennett directly if there's a delay in police officers receiving their annual increments and whether those who've been promoted are being properly compensated. Bennett says increments are not an issue, but he admits there are outstanding payments, including transfer grants and emoluments tied to promotions that are still working their way through the system. When pressed on whether those payments are being handled in a timely way, Bennett's response was a firm yes.
Increments, no, but I know there are outstanding transfer grants which constantly pass my desk, and I know that there are outstanding emoluments as relates to promotion, again, which I have seen cross my desk, but increment I'm not aware of.
And so are those being dealt with in a timely manner, you think?
Yes.
Still, for officers waiting on money tied to new ranks or transfers, the answers may offer reassurance, but not immediate relief. Fuel prices aren't just hurting drivers at the pump. They're forcing government agencies to rethink how they do business. Home Affairs CEO Elton Bennett says the rising cost of fuel is squeezing everyone, from the media to security services to the wider public sector. And for law enforcement and other essential services that depend on vehicles to get the job done, Bennett says the answer isn't simply spend more. It's rework the plan. He says the ministry must now go back to the drawing board and redesign operations so patrols, deployments, and day-to-day logistics can stretch every gallon and still deliver results.
The rising cost of fuel is impacting all of us. You in the media, in the security service, across government, in the delivery of goods. Everyone is being impacted by the rising costs of fuel. So it's something that would require us to go back to the drawing table to redesign our operations to ensure that we take into consideration the rising cost of fuel so that we can plan our operations better.
Coming up, a Senate showdown over ramen noodles sparks a bigger fight about nutrition, health, and what Belizeans are really eating. But first, here's tonight's weather forecast from the National Met Service.
Over the past 5 years, Digi has invested more than $17 million to revolutionize Belize's digital future. Our advanced 4G LTE network and expanded fiber infrastructure have empowered vital road arteries, connected the farthest valleys and fertile farmlands, linked the bustling cities to the remote keys, and brought cutting-edge connectivity to schools, businesses, healthcare centers, and tourist destinations, fueling economic growth, enhancing education, and strengthening communities across the nation. By choosing Digi, you're leading Belize's digital transformation, bridging distances, opening opportunities, and empowering every corner of our beautiful country. Connect with Digi. Empower Belize.
The Public Utilities Commission donated air conditioning units and funded the ceiling and insulation of the windows in the computer lab at Burrell Boom Methodist School.
Well, PUC gave us some AC units, and we are very happy knowing that we can sit inside a computer lab as both teachers and students, knowing that because of the extra heat at times, because of the enclosed building, that we tend to sweat.
It makes in here feel more comfortable, more cozy, you know. It helps us feel more focused on what we need to do.
And it's the best thing for us. It's more cooling and relaxing in this environment to learn.
We at the Public Utilities Commission believe that when we invest in education, we invest in Belize's future. And we are proud to support a space that helps students learn, grow, and reach their full potential.
In Belize, change is taking shape every day. It all starts with Game Changers. Investing in modern transport, better health infrastructure, renewable power for all, digital transformation, and more opportunities for a brighter future, the European Union's Global Gateway Initiative is unlocking new potential. Game Changers are bringing this to life. Game Changers, empowering the future. Follow the EU in Belize to meet the Game Changers.
This is a Jack X200. This is a very recommendable vehicle. Storage capacity to the max, right? Fuel efficient, easy rider, AC not a play, the pump, comfortable, and it carry me to all my destination. I can count on Jack to take me and my packages where I need to go. I recommend it anytime. We're the best from the West.
every idea starts with a curious mind. You're the girls who will build the future.
And that's what Girls in Tech is all about, helping you learn, discover, and see what is possible.
Each of you, if you want, you can be the innovators of the future.
The long-term objectives is to amplify their minds and the opportunities.
Health officials are closely monitoring a confirmed case of measles in Belize, linked to travel from Guatemala. The Ministry of Health says the patient has since been identified and is stable, while teams on the ground are working to contain any possible spread through vaccination and contact tracing, particularly in Punta Gorda, where the case was detected. We spoke with Dr. Friesen for more.
So we had a case that was identified on Friday of last week. It was a person that had traveled over to Guatemala very recently and then came back into the country and presented with symptoms very soon afterward. The patient is stable, doing well. All quarantine and isolation recommendations are being followed, and we have done ring vaccination, meaning that we vaccinate anyone who is not immune that might have had contact with that person. So we are doing a massive undertaking in PG especially because that's the area that the patient was identified and the residence of the patient. Measles is really quite a miserable illness to have. You know, I've seen a few cases now in Belize this last year, and it's not fun. So I would suggest that anyone who is uncertain of their vaccination status or who hasn't gotten a measles vaccine to please go to a health facility and get the measles vaccine. It's a very effective vaccine. It is given in Belize to 1-year-olds, and then a second dose is given at 18 months. If you are an adult or over the age of 18 months, you can get 2 doses 1 month after the other.
Officials stress measles is preventable with the MMR vaccine and urges anyone unsure of their status to get vaccinated. When condom prices started climbing, it didn't take long for Belizeans to start asking questions. Was access at risk, and would higher prices hurt public health? The Ministry of Health says the spike has more to do with what's happening outside Belize's borders. Officials point to rising freight costs, driven by ongoing global conflicts, which are making it more expensive to bring in essential supplies like condoms and medications. But here's the reassurance. Condoms are still available free of charge at government health facilities nationwide. Health officials stress that no one should skip protection because of rising prices on the private market. For now, the ministry says supplies are stable, but they're keeping a close eye on the situation. If demand rises, as often happens when prices go up elsewhere, officials say procurement plans are already in place to prevent shortages and keep access uninterrupted.
I think we need to understand the geopolitical sphere and what is happening with the wars. I mean, this impacts everything, not only food. I mean, recently we brought in ARVs and medication for HIV and TB, and the freight costs were really high. I mean, and this will extend to condom use. However, the ministry does continue to procure condoms, and these are accessible in all government facilities across the country of Belize, free of cost again, because that's what the Ministry of Health does, free of cost condoms for everyone. And while it might not be the branded ones people would love and prefer, they are available as well. When it comes to stockpiling, you have to remember the ministry, we do not want to waste resources. And so forecasting goes into a lot of the procurement processes, and we do have enough for this time. That's not to say that we might not run out because of the increase in demand that could potentially be expected. But at this point in time, we do have enough.
Health officials are encouraging Belizeans to take advantage of the free supply available at public health facilities as they continue monitoring demand and global price pressures. A debate in the Senate over placing tariffs on imported ramen noodles has sparked a broader conversation about nutrition and public health in Belize. Opposition Senator Shyne called noodles an empty meal that offers little nutritional value. But it remains an affordable staple for many Belizeans. We put the question to the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
They provide very little vitamins and minerals, so they might give you energy because there's carbohydrates in the ramen, but they don't give you those other nutrients that you need to thrive and be healthy. So we are from Belize. We have a lot of natural resources, so we are encouraging people who are looking to get a healthier diet to look at what's growing around them. Let's go back to the things that we were eating before we had processed foods. Kalaloo, chaya, plantain, banana, all of these things grow very easily. In general, we would want to make healthy food more affordable and unhealthy food less affordable. So that is what, from a health perspective, that is what we would want to ask for. And we know that there is a lot of economic issues that come into play, so this is not a light thing to decide either one way or the other. But from a health perspective, looking at it from the population level, we should, as a country, do the best we can to make healthy foods more available and affordable, and unhealthy foods less affordable and available.
The Senate's decision on the tariff is still being worked out, but one thing the Ministry of Health is clear on. The goal should be to make nutritious foods more affordable for all, while limiting reliance on processed meals. Belize just made regional history in the fight against HIV and AIDS. For the first time ever, the International AIDS Society brought one of its symposiums to Belize, making this not only a national first, but also the first time the event has been held anywhere in Central America. The two-day conference themed Uniting Science and Community pulled together an unusually wide mix of voices: doctors, community health workers, religious leaders, civil society groups, and members of the LGBTQI community, all in the same room, focused on one goal: pushing the national response forward and closing the gaps that still leave people vulnerable. Zenaida Lanza was on the ground and brings us the story.
Belize is getting better at finding HIV, but we're still struggling to finish the job. Health officials say about 80% of people living with HIV now know their status, a big step forward. But the numbers drop sharply after that. Only half stay consistent with their medication, and just 1/3 reach viral suppression, the point where the virus becomes undetectable and can't be passed on through sex. Those gaps, diagnosis, treatment, and suppression, are exactly what pushed today's conference to the forefront, not just to talk about progress, but to figure out why so many people still fall through the cracks and how to keep them in care.
Belize does have a concentrated epidemic among men who have sex with men and men and their sexual partners. We have to reach out to the specific vulnerable groups in order to have success. So today, we're very excited because the science is being presented to us, but also there will be further discussion as to how we can accelerate not only the prevention but also the treatment of HIV, so that by 2030 we can perhaps not be 100% successful, but be able to bring down HIV being a public health threat.
One of the tools generating the most conversation at the conference is the HIV self-test kit, a simple mouth swab that people can use in the privacy of their own home, designed specifically for those who fear stigma and discrimination. Eva Burgos, Executive Director for Go Hoven Belize, explained why that matters on the ground.
For example, the self-testing approach, that's in Belize. For us, it's innovating and it's different. This is like the second year that we've been kind of approaching that way of for individuals to get tested. And in the communities, how it impacts the community is that sometimes they don't go to a health center to know their status. So we can give you that self-test kit so that you can do it at the comfort of your own space. And this enables you to know your status.
From the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Joshua Canole stressed that today's conference is not just about medicine. It is about breaking down the walls that keep people from seeking help in the first place and reminding Belizeans that HIV in 2026 is a manageable condition.
So we believe that we do need more support from the community and for people to understand that people with HIV is just like you, just like me, and it's just like another disease like hypertension and diabetes. Hypertension and diabetes can be treated. HIV too, and I would bet that HIV most of the times are easier treated than hypertension and diabetes. 1 pill a day, and that makes you undetectable. Undetectable means you can't transmit the virus, which means that I could have a partner even if I'm HIV positive and I don't transmit it to them if I'm on my medications. And my partner, if I'm not, could be on PrEP, which is a medication you take before, and it prevents you from getting HIV.
Also at the conference was social media personality and trans community advocate Melvin Cortez, known widely as La Bestie, who spoke about using his platform to break down the stigma that still keeps many Belizeans from getting tested.
I have the privilege to have a speech tomorrow, be a speaker on the conference, whereby I'm going to advocate for my community, which is the trans community, the cons, the pros, the cons, and all my experiences when it comes to how life has been as a trans member, including my experiences with, people around the HIV community, people who may be dealing with that, how my platform can bring awareness when it comes to that topic in my country.
With new tools, stronger partnerships, and a focus on community outreach, stakeholders say the goal is clear. Get more Belizeans tested, treated, and ultimately bring HIV under control. Reporting for News 5, I am Zenaida Lanza.
Up next, an emergency response after flames tear through San Pedro Columbia, destroying more than a dozen homes and leaving losses topping $50,000.
The most visited Mayan city up until lately. The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. Not having the POS machine in the past, we have lost a lot of sales. Atlantic Bank helps supported our business, giving us the opportunity to get the POS machine. Now with the POS machine, we are able to do more sales, and that will, also bring more, finance to our families.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Bye, bro. Take a quick pic of you right here, bro.
Alright. Wait a second. Why? By the looks of it, I think my phone done.
Bye. Please tell me, I want to use that thing again, bro.
If I be serious and I be honest with you, I can't afford to spend big money on phone right now.
Bye, but who said anything about spending big money? Smarter than that agree. They got phone deals, plans, they have everything that agree right now.
No, man.
But yes, it happened right now. Plus, they even have raffle and they raffle money, then they raffle TV, everything.
Well, I think we need to ride the Agric right now.
But I agree, let's go right now.
Visit the Smart Booth any of the 3 days from May 1st to 3rd at Agric 2026. Get amazing deals on phones and plans and your chance to win a cell phone, 55-inch TV, and cash. Smart, bringing people together.
Life is full of precious moments worth cherishing, moments that shape our present and lay the foundation for our future. But amidst life's beautiful tapestry, there are uncertainties we must confront. How do we secure today while protecting tomorrow? Introducing RF&G Life Insurance, your partner in safeguarding what matters most. With a RF&G Life Insurance plan, you can ensure financial security for your loved ones, providing them with a safety net for the future. From identifying and recommending plans suitable for your unique needs to expert advice every step of the way, RF&G Life Insurance is committed to protecting your family's legacy. Choose RF&G Life Insurance for peace of mind you can rely on. RF&G Life Insurance, securing today, protecting tomorrow. Your life, your legacy.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. GE appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all align and turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the ties to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you choose. All in one place, Design Depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go. From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up. Watch your dream home grow. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place.
Design Depot. All in one place.
Easy. Accessible. Safe. Yours. Digi Wallet. Easy, accessible, safe, yours.
A fast-moving fire ripped through San Pedro Columbia, Toledo district on Tuesday afternoon, leaving several families homeless. The blaze started in the kitchen of a local church and quickly spread, torching thatch houses, personal belongings, and years of hard work. By the time the flames were out, more than a dozen homes and buildings were destroyed or damaged, with losses estimated at over $50,000. Among those affected were a pastor, a farmer, an elderly woman, a young mother, and a police officer. No injuries were reported. Firefighters supported by the Belize Defense Force and Police Department eventually contained the fire. The cause remains under investigation. By Wednesday morning, help was already on the way. Indian Creek Chairman Domingo Choc, along with council members and volunteers, arrived to assist with cleanup as donations began reaching affected families.
That's what we've been doing this morning, helping out this family. I have council members and community members as well along with me, helping these people cleaning up and etc. After a massive fire that destroyed over a dozen yesterday. So we council met, then we came to this assistance. It's very sad. I mean, they lost everything. So it's so sad, and then to see this family. And as I mentioned, let's see how we could help each other. We don't know when ours is gonna be. It might be for them today and for we tomorrow. So that's why we are trying our best to help as much as we can. That's why we are here right now delivering the donation.
It's a very sad situation where individuals' livelihood would be destroyed and to the extent of their housing. So it's a huge loss for the community. I'm glad to see the response from the government services, the Belize Defense Force and the Belize Police Department. The police was able to muster, I believe, up to 40-something personnel to respond to that, and with the fire service was very active.
None of the destroyed structures were insured, and for the families of Columbia Village, rebuilding will not be easy. Anyone wishing to assist is encouraged to reach out to the community leaders in the Toledo district. Parcel 815 isn't just beachfront anymore. It's ground zero for a growing fight on Caye Caulker. A planned Caye-backed police station project recently turned into protests, petitions, and a big question. Who controls the land and what gets built there? Government signed a $1.5 million contract in January for a modern station with specialized units and more than 3,500 square feet of space. But by mid-April, work reportedly stalled, fueling rumors the prime seafront parcel could be up for sale, prompting the Caye Caulker Village Council to push a petition and referendum drive to keep it for public safety. Home Affairs CEO Elton Bennett says Parcel 815 is national land and calls it a very strange request to transfer police-designated property to the Village Council, while insisting government will continue construction.
I believe that is not being discussed at this stage. That is national land. It's land that was given to the government. So for that to be transferred to the village council is a very strange request. I don't see the need for a land that is designated to the police, which is a national service, be placed into a municipal body such as a village council.
So what's the plan for the police station then in Caye Caulker?
We continue to construct.
As it immediately it resumes?
Yes.
Was there any discussion with Caye, to your knowledge, to have paused construction to consider building in another location?
Yes, there were discussions. There were opportunities presented. The decision makers looked at it, and at the end of the day, the decision makers decided to continue to construct the police station.
Today, the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst held an alumni ceremony at the Belize Defense Force, bringing together graduates of one of the world's most prestigious military institutions. The ceremony featured remarks from former graduates who reflected on how their time at Sandhurst shaped them, with one speaker touching on a reality close to home, that many Belizean graduates could not afford to have family present at their passing out ceremonies due to financial constraints. The afternoon closed with the presentation of official pins to all honored graduates. Rear Admiral Elton Bennett, CEO of the Ministry of Home Affairs and a Sandhurst graduate himself, spoke about what the Academy means to those who pass through its doors.
So to have been selected at that point to represent Belize and to have gone out to attend this program is something that has definitely forged my career. It laid a foundation not only for my first appointment as a platoon commander, but the values instilled in me at Sandhurst certainly still remains with me as a leader. So it prepares you not only for your first assignment, but it prepares you well into the leadership world. We have two current sitting ministers that are graduates of Sandhurst. We've had, I believe, 9 generals from Belize to have gone through Sandhurst, and 2 admirals, myself and John Borland. We've had 4 CEOs in government who have gone through Sandhurst. So it's really a proven institution, not only in Belize but across the world.
Officials say the Sandhurst experience continues to produce some of Belize's top military and public sector leaders, with its legacy still shaping leadership across the country and beyond. Coming up, fresh off a historic service, Archbishop Philip Wright moves fast, calling key regional leaders together to start shaping the church's next chapter.
Did you know with Home Protector Insurance, construction projects can receive insurance coverage from start to finish? We offer a variety of bonds. This includes bid bonds, advance payment bond, performance bonds, or others. Let Home Protector be a part of your team and help safeguard you through your next project. Visit any Home Protector Insurance office near you to learn more.
is calling. Belize Bank. Your future, our commitment.
The Social Security Board's new whistleblower reporting system makes it easy and confidential to speak up by reporting misuse of the Social Security services and benefits, including fraud, misconduct, false claims, and more. If you know of any unethical or illegal activity relating to SSB benefits, claims, or personnel, go to ssbspeakup.integrityline.com or use our toll-free hotline 0800-SPEAK-UP, 0800-773-2587. This confidential reporting system is a way for you to report concerns or incidents privately without fear of reprisal. Your submission is confidential and anonymous. The Social Security Board is committed to providing a secure, confidential medium for whistleblowing that promotes organizational accountability and enhances public confidence in our services.
Tomorrow on Open Your Eyes, start your morning inspired. Live at 6:30 a.m. We're celebrating excellence with She Did That. Spotlight on Wonder Woman winners, highlighting powerful women making their mark. Plus, a proud moment for Belize as Shyne Barrow is honored with the key to the borough of Brooklyn. Then, get informed with Croc Talk, separating facts from fair, as Marissa Teles breaks down what you need to know about living safely alongside crocodiles. And we wrap things up on a healthy note with Stretch, Strengthen, Shine, discovering the benefits of Pilates with Astral Flow by Fell. It's empowering, informative, and uplifting. Tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. on Open Your Eyes.
Bye, bro. Take a quick pic of you right here, bro.
Alright. Wait a second. Why? By the looks of it, I think my phone done.
Bye. Please tell me, I want to use that thing again, bro.
If I be serious and I be honest with you, I can't afford to spend big money on phone right now.
Bye, but who said anything about spending big money? Smarter than that agree. They got phone deals, plans, they have everything that agree right now.
No, man.
But yes, it happened right now. Plus, they even have raffle and they raffle money, then they raffle TV, everything.
Well, I think we need to ride the Agric right now.
Well, I agree, let's go right now.
Visit the Smart Booth any of the 3 days from May 1st to 3rd at Agric 2026. Get amazing deals on phones and plans and your chance to win a cell phone, 55-inch TV, and cash. Smart, bringing people together.
Following Sunday's historic service of recognition, newly installed Archbishop Philip Wright has wasted no time getting to work, convening key meetings with regional church leaders to begin charting the way forward. As head of the Anglican Church in the province of the West Indies, Wright now carries responsibility not just for Belize, but for the diocese across the Caribbean. We spoke with His Grace, who explains the role of the Provincial Standing Committee and the priorities already taking shape, while former Archbishop, Most Reverend Howard Gregory, offers insight into the weight of the office and what lies ahead.
We are meeting here as the Provincial Standing Committee. One of the things to bear in mind is that the Standing Committee is the executive branch of Synod, and Synod is the highest governing body of the church at which major decisions are made. And so at this meeting, what we are doing is we're taking the instructions, if you will, that we received from our synod last year, and we're looking at ways in which we can implement this for the next 3 years until we have our next synod. Along with that, of course, we are paying some attention to some of the issues facing our people in our region. And we seek to, if you will, implement how we are going to help respond to those needs as well. It's been going very well, and we have had robust conversations, and we've made some significant decisions so far.
By virtue of being a bishop and having been a diocesan bishop,
Bishop Philip already has an understanding of the role of the bishop as one who is the primary teacher within the diocese. He's one who maintains order, one who is the pastor to the pastors, so has a primary responsibility for the care of the pastors. But now as Archbishop, he now has a wider portfolio, which involves, first of all, the Caribbean region, our province, which means that he has responsibilities for seeing to aspects of the administration, the provincial office. He has to relate to the provincial office. There are certain administrative things relating to all the dioceses in the province. But the dioceses in the province, as well as the congregations, will also be calling upon him.
Shyne Barrow has received one of New York City's most symbolic honors. The rapper turned politician who grew up on Curacao Street in Belize City before making it big in Brooklyn was given the keys to the city and had April 25th declared Shyne Day. The award wasn't handed out at a fancy gala, but at a mentorship expo in East Flatbush, where Shyne spoke with young men and donated suits to help them land jobs. With the keys now in hand, Shyne is preparing for a May 2nd concert at the King's Theatre to mark the 25th anniversary of his classic album. A performance he says will finally give fans the full experience they missed when his career was cut short years ago.
When I got there, he presented me with the key and he declared April 25th Shyne Day. So I'm not a very emotional person, but I was definitely overwhelmed knowing the journey that I've been on as a immigrant child from Belize that came to Brooklyn in the early 80s, and to go from that child, single parent household, mom struggling, brother not there, just all by ourselves, to fend for ourselves, and knowing that statistically I could have died at an early age or, been incarcerated for a lifetime, to have beat those odds, and not just to have beat them, but to have been so successful in the entertainment space and to have had success in Belize politically, and to return to my second home, which is Brooklyn. I'm here to perform. I've been here for a few weeks, just getting ready, rehearsing to put on this spectacular show on May 2nd at King's Theatre to celebrate my 25th anniversary of the Shyne album. The people that love Shyne never got a chance to experience my live performance of the album. And there is something magical about a live performance.
A couple thousand people are expected to pack King's Theatre for what Shyne is calling a night of celebration. Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, taxpayers step in as bus talks end in compromise. Moses Solf commented, "They should not get a subsidy and a raise at the same time. Private bus owners must figure their way through business or stop running bus if it's not profitable. The problem why they are not able to make more profit is because there are too many bus companies in such a small population." Turning to digital story, these guys carry minimal cash. Zeta Boss questions deadly robbery. Judith Hernandez shared, "I think all those delivery workers should not deal with any cash at all. All orders should be paid online, and only so thieves will not target hardworking people. The way Belize stand now, nobody should handle cash, not even at home." And finally, on emergency response launched after Columbia Village blaze, Jafet Aguilar shared, "They need to stop building those thatch houses. It's too dangerous for fires." Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming and we'll continue to feature them right here. And That's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.